So this is some of the Asian pear I recently picked up. It's still very wet. I decided I'm going to cut it down even farther because I want to turn a piece of it green. So I actually cut it right here. And I'm going to turn this little piece. It's sort of a crotch branch. This is what it was like when I picked it up. People had cut a tree down and I was able to get some of it. Okay, I've got this piece of Asian pear. It's a somewhat small piece, but it is a crotch, and it's kind of cut lopsided, but this is how I picked it up, so I think it might be interesting to do, but it is very wet. So the first thing I'm going to do before I start cutting is I'm going to wax the bed of my lathe. I'm going to pull the tailstock up. Okay, I'm expecting it to be a bit out of balance. That's a little better than I thought. 550 RPMs. And, let's make some chips. Okay, looks like sharpened, ready to go. 750. Okay, I'm going to start working on the bottom, create a tenon, and then we'll smooth the outside up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get this tenon cut on here. It's a small bowl, but I'm going to leave the tailstock up there for as long as I can. Well balanced, about 1,000 RPMs. See what that wall is like. It's staying pretty good. And still get some more out of that top, so let's do that. As thin as I want that bottom. That's just about a quarter itself. Well, that went all right. Rotten spots, I would call them. There's a little tear out on that very bottom, but it's mixed with some more of that really soft wood. And I'm going to just leave that in there and call it character. Wow. Okay. That's my first Asian Pear bowl. I like it. Let me sand on this a little bit. I'll take it out and then we can look at it and we'll just hope it doesn't crack. And before I do that, I will clean the bed of the lathe and clean these little sawdust drawers out and get that wet sawdust out of here. And then we'll sand. Okay, be right back. Well, I cleaned all the wet sawdust up and sanded the bowl. It certainly is not dry, but it's not sopping wet now. Once you get it this thin, it starts losing moisture pretty fast. I think I will put some walnut oil on here. It will slow the drying down. Okay, so that's what the wood looks like with a finish on it. But yeah, that's a very, very pretty knot coming through here. I like it. Okay, I'll finish this up in a couple days. So I let this Asian Pear bowl dry for about a week. I had turned it down to pretty consistent 1/4 inch. Feels pretty dry. It didn't really work very much. It's out a little bit. I could just sand it right now, or I could maybe turn a little bit more. I don't think I'm going to get any of this soft grain fixed. So at this point in time, I probably will just do some sanding on it because it's turning round enough to sand. I'm going to start all over with a probably 80 grit, and I want to get the walnut oil pretty much sanded out of there. I just put that on there to slow the drying down. So let me get some sandpaper and I'll start working on sanding this. So before I sand anymore, I have all these really soft spots in here, and I'm going to take this wire brush and I'm going to brush. Oh, that works good. I'm going to brush all of that out of there. I'm not going to fill it, I'm just going to leave it. It'll be very rustic looking. Yeah, that's coming out nice. One of them is actually on its own, has fallen out and it went all the way through, so there's a hole in here. Well, I'm going to take this 4-inch sanding ball and I'm going to sand the inside because it has a fair share of the soft rotten areas in there, and I'm going to hope that it helps clean those out. Alright, I blew this all out, got all the dust out of those little holes that are in there from the soft wood. I'm going to put some finish on it, and I'm going to use the Howard Feed and Wax. There we go, it's pretty thick. Yeah, so I sanded the outside up to 400 and got it really nice and smooth. And I think it's a nice contrast between these spots here that where the soft wood was, and I used a wire brush and I tried to get as much of that out as I could, because I think it's certainly not a perfect piece of wood, but parts of it are perfect, so it's a good contrast. This little connection right here, as I was turning it, it was the solid white color going through there, and I kind of saw that if I just keep going a little bit farther in there, I would connect that. So that's how that happened, and that's how I created that shape. That shape is there mostly because I wanted this to connect, and that was pretty much always connected. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get the inside. That's kind of hard to show you anyways. Then I'll get it turned around and cut the tenon off. Well, I just buffed out the Howard Feed and Wax. I'm satisfied with how it looks. I'm going to turn this real slowly and show you the built-in defects. There's a big hole right here. Maybe if I zoom in a little bit. There we go. There's a big hole and a crack here. There's a crack right there. There's another hole. This is actually hard, but it's somewhat like the areas that were soft that I dug out, but it's hard. And there's a hole with a lot of soft areas here that look like little crevices. And then this right here, but it's a very pretty knot, and this actually, I think this really accents the whole piece, having those in there. So I'm going to take it out and reverse it and get the tenon off of there. Well, this was a fun little turning, and I really enjoyed making it. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. If you're new to this channel and you like what you've seen, please click like, subscribe, and share. I'll be doing more turnings. I've been doing pretty good about getting one a week in, and It's a lot of fun for me to do, and thank you so much for watching.